बुभुक्षुरिह संसारे मुमुक्षुरपि दृश्यते भोगमोक्षनिराकाङ्क्षी विरलो हि महाशयः। बुभुक्षु, बुभुक्षु मीन्स भोग करने की इच्छा वाला, भोक्तुम इच्छु बुभुक्षु। There is no dearth of people who want to enjoy the world. Bubukshuriha sansare drishyate, that verb has to be brought in. In this world, a bhogi is seen, drishyate is seen. Mumukshurapi drishyate, that same verb should be connected to both. Even mumukshu is seen. We come across bubukshus as well as mumukshus. A bubukshu continues to be a bubukshu. He never becomes really bhukta. He never becomes free from bubuksha. The desire to enjoy never terminates. It is always there. The desire to enjoy doesn't end with one enjoyment. Nor does it end with many enjoyments. It doesn't culminate. Whereas mumukshuta, the desire for jnanam, culminates in moksha. Moksha means freedom from avidya. Take it very seriously. Freedom from the felt ignorance, the felt sense of limitation, the felt sense of embodiment, the felt sense of confinement, the felt sense of existence in time and space. It is the freedom from the felt problem. If it is freedom from the felt problem, can't that freedom be felt? It may not be objectified, but it is evident. If the problem is evident, and if the freedom from the problem is possible, then that freedom also should be evident. It may not be it may not be a thought, it may not be objectifiable. So what? Even if it is not objectifiable, because objectifying something is not our need anyway. Peace cannot be objectified, but is it useless for us? Happiness is unobjectifiable. Is it useless for us? Our own existence is unobjectifiable, but is it useless for us? What is important is evidence. Evidence is in two ways. It is sense evident, thought evident, or self evident. Meaning is anubhava vishayam or anubhava swarupam. Anubhava vishayam, an object of my experience, is evident as an object of my experience. An object of experience is evident to me as an object of experience. And experience is self-evident. Experience is not verified through another experience, nor is it verified through the object of experience. Object of experience is verified through the experience. An object is verified whether it is an object of experience or not. I say the sixth element is not there. Why the sixth element is not there? Because It's not an object of experience. I only experience the five elements. It's not evident to be an object of my experience. Therefore, an object is evidenced by experience, whereas experience is self-evident. Experience, anubhava swarupam, is the truth. Don't think it is a process. Experience is not a process. Experience is one's existence. It looks as though I am experiencing. You bring out a personality, individuality, er-ness, experiencer-ness. But otherwise it is only anubhava, to be. And therefore, to be free from avidya, to be free from embodiment, to be free from limitation, if the felt freedom is felt, then the freedom from the felt problem is also felt. It's not something abstract, unfelt. It's not something ethereally subtle and then unevident. Aisa nahi. Moksha is as evident as sansara. Sansara is anubhava vishayam. Moksha is anubhava swarupam. Sansara is evidenced by experience, and experience is moksha. It's eternity. Experience being understood as not an object of experience. The experience is confused. Experience is confused with the object of experience. Body is an object of experience. And that I experience the body is the experience. What I experience is the body. So between the experience of the body and the body, there is a confusion. Similarly, between the experience of the world and the world, there is a confusion. I try to make the object, the noun, and the experience as its adjectives. It's a problem. But then between them, there is no noun-adjective relation. Between anubhava swarupam and anubhava vishayam, there is no noun-adjective relationship. Therefore, just as the felt freedom is evident as an object of experience, freedom from it also is evident. And that evident freedom, which is also evident, it doesn't become evident after knowledge. The evidence of your existence from samsara, from the felt problem is already there. How can you say it is there? Is not moksha gained? No, moksha is recognized. It is recognized that I am already free, not that really you become free. Moksha is important. It is only freedom from the snake is not gained, it is only recognized. You only recognize that the snake is not there. Whether you say this is not a snake or there is no snake mean the same thing. As long as you think that there is no snake, there is only rope, if you bring in both the sentences, then it is all right. There is no snake, there is only rope. There is no embodiment, there is only the self. There is no jagat, there is only the experience, the being, one's being. Thus, moksha is also recognized as already present. If it is not qualified by embodiment, then it is already free. If the colorless crystal is not qualified by the color that is thrown on it by a flower, then it is already free. It is already free. Then what is this so-called freedom if it is already there? Say, recognizing the freedom, that free nature of your being as recognizing the free nature that you already have as you already have. The evident freedom is recognized as evident, that is called freedom, that is called moksha. Now what is it that you want to say? Say, the bhogis are plenty in this world. Even the seekers of moksha are also plenty. There are many mumukshus. Bubukshurapi drishyate. Mumukshurapi drishyate. Iha sansare. In this world, bubukshu is seen, mumukshu is seen. But the one who is rare is, bubukshu continues to be bubukshu, but a mumukshu can cease to be a mumukshu. It culminates. The desire for moksha culminates in the recognition that I am already mukta. But the one who continues the vichara until the desire for moksha culminates is very rare. That is said here. Bhoga moksha nirakankshi. The one who is free from both the desire for bhoga and the desire for moksha. Desire for bhoga is vairagyam, but what is this desire for moksha? Meaning, the very desire for moksha culminates in recognizing. When the desire for moksha culminates in recognizing the already obtaining free nature, then he is free from both bubuksha as well as mumuksha. Meaning, such a person, viralohi mahashaya, such a person is indeed very rare. Virala means very rare. He is mahashaya, a man who is free from the desire for bhoga as well as moksha. In fact, in recognizing one's nature only, you are free from both bhoga, desire for both bhoga and moksha. Without becoming free from, without the self-recognition, you can only restrain the desire for bhoga. You can't be free from the desire for bhoga. You may be free from the desire for bhoga temporarily, but it is always there potentially to flare up again. The desire for bhoga can come back again. And therefore, in self-recognition there is freedom from both. There is freedom from desire for both bhoga as well as moksha. The search for happiness, the search for fullness culminates. The search for fullness through the objects or the search for fullness in oneself, it culminates in recognizing that one's being is already full. Discovery brings the search to a closure. Without discovery, the search will be on. If a man is searching for happiness through the objects, then he is called a bubukshu. He is searching for fullness. What they are searching is the same. He is searching for the fullness through the objects. He is a bhogi. And if a person is searching for fullness in himself, then he is called a mumukshu. A mumukshu is educating himself. A bubukshu is looking for the objects. But the education culminates in understanding. But looking for the objects never ends. And generally what happens, just as the desire for bhoga continues, similarly the vichara begins and may discontinue. The vichara may continue for some time and may discontinue. Not impossible. Vichara may discontinue. But if the vichara is carried forward, if the vichara continues until it culminates in the discovery, such a person is very rare. Clear, ji? A bubukshu is available, a mumukshu is available, but who is neither a bubukshu nor mumukshu. And there are people who are not mumukshus, but they are bubukshus. You have to be a Brahma Jnani to be free from both bubukshu as well as mumukshu. No desire for objects and no desire for any vichara also. Because the desire for vichara is not there only when the vichara culminates in understanding. It's like the desire for sleep is not there only when you go to sleep. Not otherwise. Dharmartha kama moksheshu jivite marane tatha kasyapyudara chittasya heyopadeyata nahi. Kasyapi udara chittasya. Only for some Udara Chitta means the one who is magnanimous. We are not here talking about magnanimity. We are talking about clarity. A man who is mightily clear about things. He is called Udara Chitta. The one who is mightily clear. Not the one who is greatly magnanimous. Magnanimity is an emotion. Like miserliness is an emotion. Magnanimity is an emotion. There are more emotions in the mind than the intellect functions very rarely. It is the emotions that take over. Therefore, kasyapi udara chittasya. कोई बड़ा उदार चित्त वालों का ही हेय उपादेयता नहीं. They only understand that these do's and don'ts are not going to give me much. At least they are not related to the truth. They are related to survival. A lot of do's and don'ts are subjective, and very few of them are universals. Speak truth is a do. Don't tell a lie is a don't. It is a universal thing, all right. Take banana, don't take banana, these are all subjective. Therefore, a person who is very, very clear understands that do's and don'ts are not related to the truth, meaning they cannot be the means to know the truth. If truth is in need of being known, if there is a need for me to know the truth, that means the need for knowledge is only there only when there is ignorance about it. And there can be ignorance about the truth only when the truth is evident. This background thinking should always be there. We don't have ignorance about heaven, please. Because heaven is not evident. It has to be either sense-evident or self-evident for me to be ignorant about. I can't be ignorant about heaven because heaven is not evident. I can be ignorant about the laws in the world because they're all there. They're at least sense-evident. Even if I don't know a lot of things, but they are available for my sense experience here in this life. Even if I have never seen something coming back to the ground, to the earth, it is available for me to watch. Something can be thrown up and I can see it coming back. Therefore, the laws in the creation are all sense-evident. And I may not be aware of them. And then alone I can be ignorant of them. They are all within my evidence, but then I don't know them. That is called ignorance. It is right there, but I don't know it. It is sense-evident. What is sense-evident is also right there. What is self-evident is also right there. Between my existence and what is sense-evident, there is no distance. It's right there. It is oneness, please. Between the sense-evident and the self-evident, there is oneness. What is sense-evident and what is self-evident, between them, there is no gap. If there is no gap between the sense-evident and the self-evident, both are right there. What about space, Swamiji? Spatial distance. Space also is sense-evident, objectified. Between the self-evident or anything that is objectified, there is no spatial gap. It is oneness. And therefore, it is evident. The universe is sense-evident. The self is self-evident. And therefore I can be ignorant of the world, I can be ignorant of myself. This much of background you should always keep in the mind. You should be very clear about the definition of ignorance. When is ignorance? Otherwise all the distant things you will be, unevident things you will be looking upon as the things of your ignorance. If the unevident things, if you look upon them as you are ignorant of them, that is called superstition. You think it is a fact, but we don't know. How do we know that it is a fact? It's not evident. That's called superstitions. It's not evident. Oh, some cat comes and then every day goes off. They say there is no evidence. A coincidence is not an evidence. I mean, that particular day, in fact, even if the cat had not come, you would have got into trouble anyway. And just because the cat came and you blame the cat, it is a coincidence. Coincidences happen. There may be a reason for that coincidence also, but that your belief is not evident. That if I come across a cat in the morning, my day is spoilt, is not evident. Therefore, all the evident things, unevident things, if you accept, that is called superstition. No, it is there, but we may not be knowing. This is a big argument in all satsangs. I have a big problem to handle. When in any satsang, all kinds of people just drawn. You invite people from a colony, some सत्संग के लिए चलो जा, लेके सबको फोन करके बुलाएंगे, हमारा गुरुजी आ रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा आ जाना, and भोजन भी मिल जाएगा. And the moment they hear भोजन, they will all come. Is nothing great about it. And they will ask a question, they come. In their Sunday best they come. And they air questions. But it all must be true, Swamiji. It's like saying, Ganeshji drank milk, but we may not be knowing, he may be drinking. But there is no evidence. May be drinking, may not be drinking, but then there is no evidence. We go by what is evident. We go by what is sense evident, we go by what is self-evident.
What about God, Swamiji?
Haji?
What about God then?
Self-evident. It is self-evident. Self-evident is God. The self-evident is self's ununderstood nature. Evident but ununderstood nature, the unlimited nature, is God. Your individuality is evident. Your limitation is evident. Your freedom from limitation in sleep also is evident. Therefore, what you are in Sushupti is divinity. It is unlimitedness. That is why Mandukya says, Esha Ishvaraha, Esha Antaryami. All this is said. The Atma in Sushupti is, as the source of everything is, Ishvara. Esha Sarveshvaraha, Eshantaryami. Like this. Therefore, there is thinking about anything that is unevident, you imagine it, you imagine the unevident and think about the unevident. And in the process you miss the evident. When you dwell on the unevident, then you miss the evident. When you miss the evident, that is a bad bargain. Is it not? Therefore, keep this background very well. Keep this in the background very well. You will be a brilliant person in Vedanta if you have this in your mind, in the back of the mind. What is sense-evident alone, you can be ignorant of. Or what is self-evident alone. In order to be ignorant of something, I have to be... In order to be ignorant of something, then that something has to be evident. We can't say we are ignorant of heaven. We can't say we are ignorant of hell. We can be ignorant of the universe. What is this universe? I don't know. What is this life? I don't know, because it is evident. And its termination, death. What is death? It's evident, but I don't know what it is. What am I? I don't know, because it is evident. You can only refer to your being ignorant of something only when that something is evident, ji. This is what is going to make you brilliant. Unless it is evident, you cannot be ignorant of it. The do's and don'ts are related to survival, not the truth. Actions don't remove ignorance. The do's and don'ts are in the form of actions. And the do's and don'ts which are in the form of actions don't remove ignorance. And if I need to know the truth, then I must be ignorant of it. And if I have to know it, then there must be ignorance. If I have to be ignorant, if I am ignorant, then it should be evident. So I have to only know it. And the do's and don'ts don't remove ignorance. This much of alphabet must be known. This is just alphabet of Vedanta. Karma doesn't remove ignorance. Karma creates results. Rituals create results, material results. They are not corrective of ignorance, corrective of the error. They are not corrective of misconception. Therefore, a person who is very clear doesn't bank on heya and upadeya. Heya, upadeya means do's and don'ts. Something to be got rid of, that is heya. Upadeya means something to be achieved. But the truth is not something that can be got rid of, or something that need to be achieved. Therefore, kasyapi udara chittasya, a person who is a mightily reflective person can understand that how karma has no utility at all in removing ignorance. Just as eyes are not at all useful in hearing the sound. It's like that. Karma is a pramanam for phalam. Karma is relevant to create a result. Knowledge doesn't create a result. Knowledge removes ignorance, bas. It is negative. Knowledge negates ignorance. Right knowledge negates wrong knowledge. It removes ignorance and it is corrective of an error. Knowledge is corrective, whereas karma is not corrective, it is creative. Please understand. Karma is creative, it creates. Creative means, understand, it creates. Oh, Swamiji, knowledge is not creative. Say, it doesn't create anything, but it is useful. It liberates you from ignorance. Therefore, only a person who is very, very, very intelligent can understand karma as of no. Karma may be useful for survival, but it has no role to play in spirituality. Swamiji, we have to put into practice our values, they are all actions. They are not spirituality, they are values, understand. Values are implemented. When you implement a value like honesty, you implement in your daily life, it is action, honest action. Kindness, when you implement in life, that is called kind action, kind deed. When values are implemented in life, they all become actions. And the actions create results. And those results are useful. I am not running down actions. I am not running down values. But I am only saying spirituality is different from values. Values as values are values in the form of actions. Spirituality is only understanding yourself. There is nothing else in it. Spirituality is everything that is connected to your actuality. Atma Vidya. Education about your existence is spirituality. Analysis about your existence is spirituality. Panchakosha Viveka is spirituality. Avasthatraya Pariksha is spirituality. Atma Anatma Viveka is spirituality. Karana Karya Ekatvam is spirituality. That the Karyam, the creation is Ananya with the source is spirituality. These are all these are all a part of spirituality. But if we talk about the values, Swamiji, do values come under religion? I don't want to say religion. Religion means only prayer, nothing else. Christianity minus prayer, what is it? There is no Christianity, ji. What is Islam minus Allahu Akbar, etc.? Then there is no Islam. And if minus the temple bells, where is the Hinduism, ji? As a religion. Kuch bhi nahi hai. I would define religion as just nothing but a prayer. Prayer with a lot of adambaram about it. Prayer with a lot of noise around it. That is called religion. But there is human values. These, what we call really values, dharma, it is all human values. Dharma is a very technical term. Let us not involve that, dharma. Religion means prayer. Do's and don'ts are all human values. Self-education is spirituality. A speculated theory is called a matam. Matam means a darshanam, a school of thought. Sankhya darshanam, Vaiseshika darshanam, Nyaya darshanam, Charvaka darshanam means speculated thoughts. These are all various speculations. These speculations are called darshanas. Even Western philosophies are all Western darshanas. Western speculations. One doesn't have to really waste so much of money to go to college to go through somebody else's speculation. You can do much better speculation. Yes. You don't have to read a book written by some novel written by somebody else. You can also imagine a story like that. Literature is different from this. trash. Vedanta is also called darshanam, but it is not a speculated thought. It is darshanam, it is shabda pramanam. But it's not a darshanam, it is not a prophet-based or a philosopher-based thought. Vedanta doesn't have a philosopher behind. Like Sankhya has a philosopher behind. Nyaya has a founder for it. Sankhya school is founded by Kapila. Nyaya Darshanam is founded by Gautama. Vaiseshika is founded by Kanada. Charvaka is founded by Charvak Muni. Like this we have got, like Buddhism is founded by Buddha or Buddhistic Anuyayis, we don't know. No, supposing you say this is not what Buddha said, but we don't know what Buddha said, but this is what is available for us. You have to be very clear about really certain things, Ji. In that manner, every school of thought has a founder, Ji. But Vedanta doesn't have a founder. Just as the eyesight doesn't have a founder. There is no philosopher behind it. The sight has no Indian sage behind as a founder. Senses don't have founders. Our knowledge of the universe doesn't have a founder. Therefore, it is a pramanam. A pramanam has no individual founder. Whatever is the source of the universe is the source of the senses. Is the source of the Shabda Pramana. The source of the Jagat is the source of the Pratyakshadi Pramanas, and itself is the source of Shabda Pramanam. Therefore, strictly speaking, Vedanta cannot be called as Darshanam. Even though we say Shat Darshanas, 6 Darshanas, India's 6 Darshanas. But please understand, these 6 Darshanas have got affinity with Veda. They are all Vedic people, speculated. Because a lot of Vedic people don't believe in Veda itself. Kanada was a Hindu, was a Vedic, is a Vaidika. He speculated. The intellectual, Vedic intellectuals, they are Vedic people, they are born Hindus, but then they are intellectuals. Like there are so many intellectual Christians go against Bible. Similarly, there are a lot of intellectuals, Hindus, who go against Veda and imagine themselves. Like Jai Krishnamurti was an intellectual and he didn't accept Veda. He speculated something. He is also kind of a darshan. But all of them are Vaidikas. Vaidika intellectuals founded schools are called darshanas. They have affinity with Veda. Like Buddhism is not founded by somebody who is a Vaidika. He became a Buddhist. He is a Veda Bhahya. Veda Bhahya is not a darshanam. Understand darshanam and Veda Bhahya. One who has nothing to do with Veda. These Shad Darshanas, they quote from Veda to justify what they say. But anyway, I am elaborating too much. Kasyapi udara chittasya heya upadeyata nahi. Karma evidently does not remove ignorance. Therefore, karma has no relevance to Brahma Vidya. Even Laukika karma, how much karma you have done in life, how much you have achieved in life, has no relevance to Brahma Vidya. It doesn't help you. Supposing you have punya, punya may give you a lot of comfort. But comfort itself choicelessly does not culminate in Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya, your interest in Brahma Vidya is through your inner maturity. Your inner exposure to the Shastram. The inner exposure to the Shastram is important. Therefore, some wise person understands the irrelevance of do's and don'ts to Brahma Vidya. This is the second line. Similarly, dharma, artha, kama, moksheshu. And the one who understands the irrelevance of dharma to Brahma Vidya, artha, the wealth, the irrelevance of artha, kama, the irrelevance of sense enjoyments, and the irrelevance of even moksha. Moksha as gained is not relevant. A person who doesn't think of any of the four. Very great is a man who doesn't think of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. When a person has recognized the self, he doesn't think of any of the four. Because the four have been fulfilled. When the four have been fulfilled, he doesn't think of the four. Jivite, a person who doesn't think of a long life, jivite, in life. Marane tatha, nor does he think of the death. He doesn't think of life, he doesn't think of death, he doesn't think of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and nor does he think of what is to be done and what is not to be done. He only recognizes what he is. What he is different from what he has to do, Baba. What he should not do. How much is the difference between what one is and what one has to do? They are like light and darkness. Between the finite and infinite, whatever is the contrast, so much is the contrast between doing and being. Whatever is the contrast between a fact and an error, so much is the contrast between being and doing. This is over, Ji. Therefore, a person who is reflective doesn't think of the do's and don'ts, doesn't think of dharma, artha, kama, even moksha. He thinks about his nature. What am I? Because these words like dharma, artha, kama, moksha, you start imagining them. If I say any word, you will start imagining it. But when I say thou, can you imagine? Thou, you, your mind doesn't go somewhere here and there. Thou, the moment I use the word thou, your attention comes back to yourself. The truth is, thou art. When the Shastra says, thou art the truth, that the word thou doesn't distract your attention to the realms of imagination. It brings your attention back to yourself. And therefore, these words dharma, artha, kama, moksha, every word in this world all creates imagination. Even if it is a perception, it is nothing but an object. It is objectified. Except the word thou, except your presence. Your presence is different from any object. Even close object is an object. There is no difference between a close object and a distant object. Object is an object. Whether it is darkness here or darkness there, it is darkness. And the light is light. Your presence is like the light. And an object is like the darkness. The object can't see you. You can see the object, but you can objectify the object, but you can't objectify your existence. And therefore, it is always better to use the term aham, aham. Aham is oneself, the presence. When you tell somebody it is thou, when the Shastra teaches somebody, it uses the word tvam, thou. And it is always received as aham, me. Similarly, when Bhagavan Krishna says, I am this, I am that, etc., he says, then you have to receive it also as aham, aham, aham. What is aham for him is aham for you. Yes. The aham is the same in all. The subject is the same. The observer is the same. The sakshi is the same. And therefore the only one word that doesn't trigger imagination is aham. And use that word. Dwell on that word aham is much better than doing any japaji. Or prayer. I would say prayer is good and the dwelling on the idea of aham is good. And if you go deeper into vichara, then discern between aham, the being, and the thinking. Aham is also used as aham deha. Dehoham is ahankara. Dehaha aham is called ahankara. But aham by itself is the being. Because aham is free from being deha. As not deha, it is aham the being. As unlike the deha, it is aham the being. Either you can dwell on aham, the aham, that just word aham, or you can pray, or you can discern between aham the being and deha, aham the being and thinking. Occupy yourself with the topic of aham, atma. Occupy yourself with. Because Vishaya is idam, but one's own existence is aham, 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 aham. But its aham is not ahankara. Ahankara is a pratyaya. That is, dehoham is called ahankara. Dehoham is called ahankara. Even though people call it as aham, but actually it is ahankara. But aham is the being. Aham is the being. Aham taken for deha is called ahankara. That taking the aham as the body, is that error is called ahankara. And the truth remains the truth. Taking the rope for snake is called ahankara. But what you are taking to be snake is the rope. That rope remains rope. Thus, what you are taking to be the deha is the truth. I am deha means I, the truth, is taken for deha. Therefore, aham, the being, or dehohamiti ahankara. Anyway, the very dwelling on the aham gives you the distinction between the aham and the idam. Aham and the objectifiable. Man does not fall back on himself. He is all the time falling on the objects. His attention keeps falling on the objects. He doesn't fall back on himself. But the word aham helps you to fall back on yourself. Please. Just one more verse we'll see. Vanchana vishwa vilaye nadveshas tasya cha sthitau yatha jivikaya tasmat dhanya aste yatha sukham. Vanchana vishwa vilaya. He has no vancha, desire. He has no vancha, the desire. That means even a student of truth should not dwell on the desire for the world to go away. Vishwa vilaya. Vishwa vilaya means a resolution of the universe. Don't worry about the disappearance of the snake. Recognize what it is. Don't be in a hurry to drive the snake away. Let your interest be in recognizing what it is. The Shastra says it is not snake, it is rope. Is it right? Is it true? Let me explore into my perception and see whether it is snake or rope. That should be the interest. And once it is recognized, the resolution of the snake apne aap, I don't have to resolve it. Your very right knowledge resolves the error. Your very right. I have to wake up from the dream. I have to recognize the waking state. The dream has a laya apne aap. That is why a jnani, a thinking person, does not show interest in driving away the universe. He is not interested in treating the symptoms. The universe also is a symptom. Why is it a symptom? Because the disease is that I don't recognize myself. I don't see myself correctly. I don't see myself correctly is the disease. And the universe is a symptom. Yes. Now ignorance about the infinite causes a symptom called the infinite universe. The disease is unlimited, the symptom also is unlimited. Ji. Vanchana vishwa vilaya. I see there is a lot of brilliance in it. Generally people develop desires for complaints about the symptoms. ये symptom नहीं जाता है, वो symptom नहीं जाता है. You first recognize the truth, the symptoms, you will have no complaint about the symptoms. If you complain about the symptom, that means you need to revise your thinking again. Vanchana Vishwa Vilaye Na Dveshaha Tasya Cha Sthitau. He is not interested in the universe to go away, nor is he interested in, nor does he hate its stay. There is no dvesha, he has no hatred for the universe. He doesn't want the universe to go away, nor does he have hatred for the universe. Yatha jivikaya tasmat. Why? Because his topic is not the universe laya or universe stay. His topic is, what am I? Am I the form or am I not the form? If I am the form, the other form also stays. If I am not the form, the other form also is falsified. Therefore, the topic is, what am I is the topic. Rather than anxiety about the stay and the disappearance of the universe. This particular school of thought in India is called Vilayavada, Prapancha Vilayavada. Prapanch ko vilay karna hai. I have to resolve it, I have to dissolve it. You don't have to resolve, you don't have to do anything. That is also because you can't do anything. Unnecessarily don't embark upon doing anything. If you can recognize your presence, silent presence, all that you wanted to accomplish will get accomplished. Yasmin vijñāte sarvam vijñātam bhavati. Accomplishing which everything is accomplished. You will have no complaint about anything. And therefore your topic is your presence. In fact, even to recognize that Vedanta's topic is one's presence takes years and years to bring the mind back to one's. Otherwise we will be saying Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, I will be imagining something. Therefore, the sanskara of Brahma Vichara is very little in India. There is a sanskara of imagination in the name of Brahma Vidya. There is a sanskara of some imagination in the name of spirituality, not actual. Rare is an individual who really thinks about spirituality. Very rare, virala, as he says. यथा जीविकया तस्मात्, जैसे जीवन आता है, यथा जीविकया, जीविकया means by जीवितेना. Just as he has no desire to resolve the universe, nor does he hate the universe, nor does he have the desire to live on. Tasmat, therefore, to live is not his topic, to resolve the universe is not his topic, hatred for the universe is his topic, love is not the topic, hate is not the topic, to serve is not the topic, to inflict pain is not the topic, to recognize what am I in actuality. What is my yathartha swarupam? That is. What am I? Am I the form? To be more precise, am I the form? Am I not the form? That is precisely what am I. What am I is a general question. Who am I is a general question. Make it specific. What is specific? Shastra says you are not the form. Am I Jiva? Am I Brahma? Am I a form? Or am I not a form? What does my reasoning say? What does my experience say? Thus, that is spirituality. That is a real thinking person who thinks only about his nature. He doesn't think of, no, this universe has to go, जब तक ये है तब तक हमारा मुसीबत है, So I am all the time battling with the world. Even battling with Dvaitam. Don't battle with Dvaitam. Know the Advaitam. Know your being. Know your Swarupa. Dvaitam will go apne aap. Snake will go apne aap. You recognize the rope. That is called Yathartha Jnanam. Therefore, Vishwavilaya is not the topic, Vishwadvesha is not the topic, Jivika is not the topic, and when a person's topic is none of these, Dhanya eva, Dhanyaha aste is blessed indeed. He stays a blessed person, Yatha Sukham, peacefully. He lives peacefully as a blessed person without keeping the creation as the topic, or the laya as the topic, or the sthiti as the topic, or his life in it as the topic, but his swarupa is the topic. Generally, man studies Vedanta, but when it comes to reflection, he starts imagining. He studies the Shastram. I go through the Shastram. When I close my eyes and do vichara, I start imagining. In fact, freedom from imagination alone, then you are with the evident. The world is evident. One's existence is evident. But the imagination, you have to be free from the imagination, even to be with the evident. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.